You have heard this from many people that you should invest in mutual funds. But here is an important reality. Out of so many mutual funds, not all of them are able to beat even Nifty 50 index. मतलब सिंपल है कि कभी कभी म्यूचुअल फंड्स अपने बेंचमार्क इंडेक्स को भी बीट नहीं कर पा रहे हैं. सो द रियल क्वेश्चन इज, आर म्यूचुअल फंड्स आर सेफ टू इन्वेस्ट? क्या म्यूचुअल फंड्स में पैसा बनता है? सो इन दिस वीडियो आई विल बी एक्सप्लेनिंग एवरीथिंग इन द सिंपल वे, ताकि आप बिना कंफ्यूजन के साथ सही डिसीजन ले सको. So the first obvious question is, what is mutual fund? So let us understand with the help of example. Imagine 100 people put their money together. So that money is managed by an expert called a fund manager who invest in different companies. So simple words में आपका पैसा expert handle करते हैं जिन्हें मार्केट की बेहतरीन नॉलेज होती है. And that's what a mutual fund is. So the second question is, why should you invest in mutual funds? Firstly, you don't have to be an expert because your money is managed by the professionals. Secondly, your investment is spread across multiple companies, so the risk will be lower. You can also start with a small amount like rupees 500 or rupees 1000, which makes it perfect for the beginner. And through SIP, you can invest regularly and build discipline over time. So simple बात, अगर आपको investing start करनी है without too much complexity, so mutual funds are one of the easiest and practical ways to begin, especially for the long-term wealth creation. So now let us understand the types of mutual funds in simple words. So there are mainly a few types like debt fund, large cap, mid cap, small cap funds, sectorial funds and index funds. So the first on my list is debt fund. So these are generally lower risk as compared to other mutual funds. Your money is kept in options like bond. So the returns are more stable, usually around 5 to 7%. But remember, they are not completely risk free, just safer as compared to other mutual funds. So the next are large cap fund. So in this fund, your money goes into the big and well-known companies. So these companies are already stable, so the risk is lower and returns are also around 10 to 12% in the long run. So this is a good starting point for the beginner. Then comes mid cap fund. So they focus on the growing companies. They have a good growth potential, can also give you a better return, but the risk is also slightly higher as compared to the large cap funds. So after that, we have a small cap fund. So they focus on the smaller companies. They have a potential to give you a higher returns, but also they carry the higher risk. So you need patience and the long-term mindset while investing in them. Then we got sectorial funds. So they focus on only one specific sector like IT or pharma. If that sector perform well, return can be good, but if it doesn't, so losses can also be happen. So the beginner should be careful with this. And finally, we have index fund. So they simply copy the market like Nifty 50. So that means whatever the market does, your investment also moves in the same way. So they are simple, low cost, and also a good option if you are just starting. So now let us talk about the expense ratio, which is an important topic. So this is the fee you have to pay to the manager for managing your money. For example, if you invest rupees 1 lakh and the expense ratio is 1%, then 1000 rupees goes as a fees for every year. So छोटा लगता है but long term में काफी बड़ा impact करता है because the higher cost means the lower return. So always try to choose the fund with a lower expense ratio. So now let us understand one important concept, that is the direct and regular mutual funds. So both of them are actually the same mutual funds investing in the same company. The only difference is how you invest in them. So in a direct mutual fund, you invest on your own through the apps or website or without any middleman. So because of that, there are no extra commission involved, so the expense ratio is lower. And over time, the small difference in cost can actually give you a slightly better returns. On the other hand, in a regular mutual funds, you invest through an agent or advisor. So they help you to select funds and guide you, but also they charge you extra commissions, which overall increases the extra cost. So in simple words, रेगुलर म्यूचुअल फंड्स में आप एक्स्ट्रा पे करते हो गाइडेंस के लिए एंड डायरेक्ट में आप खुद से ही इन्वेस्ट को मैनेज करते हो. सो इफ यू आर रेडी टू लर्न एंड इन्वेस्ट ऑन योर ओन, so direct mutual funds can also be a better option. But if you need guidance, so regular mutual funds can also work. So now let us understand a very common confusion, that is SIP versus one-time investment. So SIP means you invest a fixed amount every month, for example rupees 1000. So this helps you to stay consistent and also reduces the risk of a market's ups and downs. So in simple words, थोड़ा थोड़ा invest करो but regularly invest करो. On the other hand, we have a one-time investment, which means putting a big amount at once like rupees lakh. So if the market is high at that time, so return can also get affected in the short term. So for the beginners, SIP is usually a better option because it is simple. So at the end, one simple thing, mutual funds are not about quick money. They are consistent, patient and time consuming. ये long term game है, so start small, stay consistent and don't complicate things. And if you want to learn investing in a simple and practical way, make sure you like the video and subscribe to my channel. क्योंकि ये journey अभी just शुरू हुई है and हम साथ में काफी सीखेंगे. Thank you.